You ever heard of a city made of materials so pure, so brilliant, they almost defy imagination? Well, an ancient text describes just that, a mysterious, beautiful city of gold and light. So let's dive in and explore what this incredible vision really means.
Just listen to that description from the book of Revelation. It paints this picture of a city built from jasper, with its very structure being pure gold, like unto clear glass. It's an image that's just meant to fill you with a sense of absolute wonder.
But this isn't just some old, flowery language. This vision actually raises two really profound questions that we're going to explore. What exactly is this city of light? And maybe more importantly, what could it possibly have to do with you and me right here, today?
Okay, so to really get this vision, we first need to break down its symbolic language. The materials described, this jasper and gold, they aren't just architectural choices. Nope, they are packed with spiritual meaning.
All right, first up, let's look at the wall. It's made of jasper, or iaspis in Greek. Now, this isn't just any old stone. In the scriptures, it's described as clear, brilliant, a symbol of God's own pure, radiant glory. So get this wall isn't about keeping people out. It's a reflection of divine purity itself.
And then you have the city itself, made of chrysian katharon, which is pure gold. In this context, gold represents something that money just can't buy: divine righteousness, royalty, and this incorruptible, eternal value. But here's the kicker, the detail that changes everything. The gold is like unto clear glass. This emphasizes complete and total transparency. Can you imagine it? No shadows, no mixture, no hidden parts. It's a vision of the pure light of God just shining through everything, completely unhindered. So let's just put that all together. You've got jasper representing divine purity and glory, that's the wall. And then you have pure, transparent gold, representing divine righteousness and royalty, which makes up the city. These aren't just building materials, they're spiritual qualities.
Now, this is where this huge cosmic vision gets incredibly personal. We're about to make a pivot from the symbols of a city to a really powerful description of your own identity. And the Apostle Peter, he's the one who gives us the key. He writes that believers are lively stones, or living stones, being built up into a spiritual house. And this reveals something absolutely astonishing. This city isn't made of rock and metal. It's made of people.
So let me just spell this out. The beautiful city of jasper and gold. It's not some future vacation spot you might visit. It is a powerful, symbolic description of a people, the community of believers. In a very real way, it's a metaphor for you.
And this whole idea of a new identity as a living stone, well, it's not some one-off concept. It actually fits into this really consistent and powerful pattern of transformation that we see all throughout the Bible.
Think about how often in Scripture God changes someone's name. It's a huge deal. It's this declaration of a new identity and a new purpose. Abram, the wanderer, becomes Abraham, the father of nations. Simon, the fisherman, becomes Peter, the rock. And that just shows you the big idea, right? This is God's pattern. He writes his eternal story not on stone tablets, but in the transformed lives of human beings. Your life, when you give it to him, becomes a page in that grand story. Okay, so if we're all these individual living stones, that brings up a pretty big question, doesn't it? How does it all fit together to form one single building? Where do we find our place in this whole grand design? Well, the Apostle Paul gives us the blueprint in his letter to the Ephesians. He says the spiritual house starts with the foundation laid by the apostles and prophets. Then comes the most critical piece of all, Jesus Christ himself as the chief cornerstone, the one that lines up the entire structure. And finally, there's the structure itself. That's you, me, all of us, the living stones being fitly framed together. And you know what? This whole cornerstone idea wasn't even new back then. It was prophesied centuries earlier by Isaiah, who talked about a precious cornerstone and a sure foundation that God would lay, a clear prophecy pointing straight to the Messiah. Okay, now we get to what might be the most powerful, mind-blowing part of this whole vision. We've talked about what the city is made of and who it represents, but now we have to ask a crucial question. From whose perspective is this city being described? And here's the most profound shift in perspective you can imagine. This isn't a vision of humanity looking up at some distant heaven. No. The source material proposes this is Christ, seated on the throne within his people, describing what he sees. This is his view of his church from the inside out.
So from that perspective, when he sees the wall of jasper, that clear, brilliant, radiant material, he is seeing his own divine purity and his glorious, protective embrace all around you.
And when he sees the city of pure, transparent gold, guess what he's seeing? He is seeing his own incorruptible righteousness and royalty shining right through you, without any mixture or shadow. It's his nature in you.
So you might be asking, how is any of this incredible transformation even possible? Well, it all goes back to the cross. According to the source, his blood washes us, making us pure like that jasper. His righteousness becomes our clothing, like that pure gold. And his resurrection is what makes us royal.
And this brings us to our final, provocative thought. This ancient vision is so much more than just beautiful poetry. It's an offer of a completely new identity. So the question for you is this. If you truly are a precious living stone in a city of pure gold, how does that change the way you see your value, your relationships, and your purpose? Right now, today.